Good afternoon. My name is Rosanna Custodio, and today I'm going to talk about Edward Abbey. Edward Abbey was an American author and essayist noted for his advocacy of environmental issues and criticism of public land policies. His best known works include Desert Solitaire, a non-fiction autobiographical account of his time as a park ranger at Asher National Park, considered to be an iconic work of natural writing and a staple of early environmentalist writing. Uh, Writing the novel The Monkey Wrench Gang, which has been cited as an inspiration by environmentalists and group defining nature by pious means. Some of his early life and education. Abbey was born in Indiana, Pennsylvania on January 29, 1927 to Mildred Post Ledway and Paul Revere Abbey. Miller was a scholar, teacher, and church organist, and gave Abbey appreciation for classical music and literature. Paul was a socialist, anarchist, and atheist whose views strongly influenced Abbey. Abbey graduated from high school in Indiana, Pennsylvania in 1945, 8 months before his 18th birthday. When he will be faced with being drafted into the U.S. military, Abbey decided to explore the American Southwest. His experience with the military left him with a distrust for large institutions, a regulation which influenced with his writing throughout his career and strengthened his anarchist belief. He attended the University of New Mexico, where he received a BA in philosophy and English in 1951 and a master's degree in philosophy in 1956. During his time in college, Abbey supported himself at working at a variety of odd jobs, including being a newspaper reporter, a bartender in South New Mexico. Before getting his bachelor degree, Abbey married with his first wife, Jan Smashel. While an undergraduate, Abbey was the editor of a student newspaper in which he published an article titled "Some Implication of Ownership." It stated, Man will never be free until the last king is struggled with the trail of the last prize. University officials seized all the copy of the issue and removed Abbey from the editorship of paper. Throughout Abbey's life, the FBI took notes, building a profile of Abbey, observing his movement and interviewing many people who knew him. Toward the later part of his life, Abbey learned of the FBI's interest in him and said, "I'd be insulted if they weren't watching me." After graduating, Smellon and Abbey traveled together to Edinburgh, Scotland, where Abbey spent a year at Edinburgh University as a Fulbright scholar. During this time, Abbey and Smellon separated and their marriage. In 1951, Abbey began an affair with Rita Denton. In 1952, became his second wife. Denton and Abbey had two children, Joshua and Aaron. After receiving his master's degree, Abbey spent 1957 at Stanford University on Wallace Steiner Creative Writing Fellowship. About his later life, Abbey met his fifth and final wife, Claire Cartwright, in 1978 and married her in 1982. Together they had two children, Rebecca and Benjamin. In 1984, Abbey went back to the University of Arizona to take courses in creative writing and hospitality management. During this time, he continued working on his book, Full Progress. In July 1987, Abbey went to the Earth First to read the book at the north rim of the Grand Canyon. about his death and burial. Abbey died on March 14 in 1989, age 62, in his home in Tucson, Arizona. His death was due to complications for surgery. He suffered 4 days of bleeding in his esophagus due to viruses caused by portal importation and consequence of end-stage liver cirrhosis. He left a message for anyone who asked about his final words. No comment. Abbey also left instructions on what to do with his remains. He wants his body transported in the bed of a pickup truck and wished to be buried as soon as possible. He preferred to be placed in the side of old sleeping bag and requested that his friends disregard all state law concerning burial. I want my body to help fertilize the growth of a cactus or cliff rose or sagebrush or tree, said the message. For his funeral, Abbey stated, no formal special desire, so the deceased will not interfere if someone feels the urge, but keep it all simple and brief. He records gunfire, bagpipe music, a cheerful and raucous wake, and a flood of beer booths, a lot of singing, dancing, talking, hollering, laughing, and love making. About the literature, Abbey literary influences include Aldo Leopold, Henry David Thoreau, Gary Snyder, Peter Kropotkin, and Guthrie. The theme that most interested Abbey was that of the struggle for personal liberty against the totalitarian tech-industrial state, with wilderness being the backdrop in which the struggle took place. Most of Abbey writings criticized the Park Service and American society for its reliance on motor vehicles and technology. Regarding his writing style, Abbey stated, I write in a deliberately provocative and outrageous manner because I like to startle people. I hope to wake up people. I have no desire to simply soothe or please. I would rather risk making people angry than putting them off to sleep. And I try to write in a style that's entertaining as well as provocative. It's hard for me to stay serious for more than a half a page at a time. Abby felt that it was the duty of all authors to speak the truth, especially unpopular truth, especially truth that offend the powerful, rich, the well-established, the traditional, the mythic. Abby abrasiveness opposition to anthropocentrist and outspoken writing made him an object of much controversy. Some of his works, fiction works, are Jonathan Troy, The Brave Cowboy, Fire of the Mountain, Black Sun, The Monkey Branch, Good News, about nonfiction, anarchism and the morality of violence, Sister Solitaire, Slick Rock, The Cactus Country, The American Wilderness, The Hidden Cayenne, The Certain Match, Beyond the World, etc., etc. Here I finished my exposition. I hope you like it and see you next class. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.